What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to have available to you very soon at the release of this video actually, which is parts that I've been R&Ding and I'm going to be making available to you for free, which is the 3D printed brackets for my Stanceparts cup kit, tankless cup kit that is. So this is a Stanceparts tankless cup kit. There's no tank, it's a specific compressor meant for tankless kits. There's a wire, a hose that comes off of the compressor with a pressure switch assembly, which is different than what you would see on a tanked setup. The three-way valve right there is the same valve that comes on a tanked or tankless setup. But this right here is mainly the unique part of a tankless setup. And so what I did was, a while back, I designed a bracket system to hold this pressure switch, which is kind of like a cross shape right here, and also a bracket to hold the three-way valve. I've been R&Ding these by testing out, making sure the ABS plastic withstands the heat of the front bay, making sure that nothing warps or rattles, making sure that everything stays in place, everything is secure. And so I've gone through a couple revisions and everything like that, a couple fine tuning, and I'm ready to release the designs to all you all. Some people express interest in the files to print out, so I am going to make that available to you guys free of charge, of course. I'll let you know at the end of the video where to find those and where to purchase those if you don't have access to a printer. But basically in this video, I'm going to explain to you how, I'm going to get into the design of everything, why I design things a certain way. I'm going to explain to you how to assemble everything, just in case you are able to 3D print this stuff by yourself and purchase the necessary hardware, what to do with the hardware and the inserts and all that, how to basically assemble it, how to install it, of course. And then at the end, again, I will let you guys know where to purchase it if you need to and where to download the files. So let's get into it. All right, so quick look at this setup again. I do have this bracket here. I'm going to show you that it is, there's some bracing here where it connects, mounts up here, and the bracing is asymmetrical, meaning the bracing is higher on the right side than the left side, because in my case, I'm putting my relay right here, and I didn't want the relay rubbing up against this bracing. So you can see this bracing, this kind of gusset right here is higher than the left side. I did that on purpose. That's just how it's going to be on the design that I provide to you, whether you put your relay there or not, but that's the reason why I did it like that. And your pressure switch assembly will just fit right in there, and you basically bolt in this plate and it holds it in nice and sturdy. For this bottom one, for the three-way valve, we have it here where it's holding the three-way valve and mounting to a block on the bottom here. That's a chassis block. That's what this plastic thing mounts to as well. So there's a provision within the piece that I designed for the tab that comes with this plastic piece to slide into it. And I'll show you that right now when we go over the 3D printed parts. All right, so here are the parts. There's two pieces for the pressure switch assembly and one piece for the three-way valve. So it's shaped in a square because of that square block that's on the chassis. So it sits right on there. The valve sits on top of this piece. These two holes are meant for the hardware that comes with the valve. Or I think you have to buy your own hardware. So this is how the bracket comes out for the pressure switch. It has all this bracing on it. It has all this support material, I should say. And you will have to crack that off. This is just a look at how much material it's going to use. And then this piece right here comes out nicely if you're using a textured build plate. So as far as hardware goes, I spec this out for M4 hardware. And you're going to have to use these nut inserts. And so for this one, I like to use M4 by 6x6 or M4 by 8x6. So what those look like are these two right here. Typically I like to use the longer one, so the M4 by 8 by 6. This hole right here is 10 millimeters deep. This plate is 5 millimeters, so it's a total of 15 millimeters that you need. Your screw cannot be longer than. It should be less because you're going to be melting plastic to get this in there, so you want to leave some space at the very bottom. So I recommend hardware wise either a 10 millimeter or 12 millimeter M4 screw. Let's just use these Phillips head screws right like this. And so a 12 millimeter will, 5 millimeter will be taken up by the front face, and then the rest will go in and screw into that. So I'm going to show you how to use this. You don't need this tool specifically. You can just use a soldering iron. This is basically just a soldering iron on a track, and all it does is heat up these metal things. They come with these fittings, and you stick it on here, and basically like you stick this guy right here. You stick this on top, and this thing heats up, and you use it to push it down, and it transfers the heat and melts the plastic and sets the insert into the plastic. So I'll show you that right now, but I'll link of course all the specs of the hardware you need, all the tools that you would need in the video description. But this is basically what you would need to get everything set up if you were to print these out. All right, for the inserts, I love this tool. You're probably not going to need this unless you do these a lot, but this tool specifically has temperature range that you can set, and it shows it counting up to the temperature target that you selected. I can't remember what the temperature should be for ABS. You can Google it. I'll put it on screen. But I'm just doing a 275, and that should be good enough. It'll melt with enough time with the insert connected to it touching the insert. So what I'm going to do is, what you need to do is, of course, make sure you don't touch this once it's hot. What you need to do is set the insert down there, line it up, basically hold it there until it warms up, until you start, I put like light pressure on it, and then until you start feeling the plastic start to melt, and then you press it all the way down. So let's do it like this. We're gonna lightly hold it down till I see it start to sink. So it's starting to sink already. So I'm gonna do it nice and slow. You don't want to slam it down into the plastic. And I'm gonna do it till it's nice and flush. So now we're just gonna do all 4 of these. And it's as simple as that. So it's a little bit harder if you just all you have is a soldering iron to get it straight. So that's kind of what the purpose of this tool is, to allow you to get these inserts in to whatever you're doing straight. But you can do this with a soldering iron. You just need to be careful and get it as straight as you can, or rig up something to get it straight. All right, so here's another look at the inserts fully inserted, and you just want to make sure that they're flush, of course, and you can test out your hardware. Make sure that there's no plastic that melted in. If you're using like a short insert, for example, sometimes plastic can melt and kind of work its way into the threaded area of the insert. So anyway, that's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and show you a closer look at the pieces on the car, as well as I'm going to take this guy off and show you how it's mounted. All right, so here's a look at how this one goes together. I'm taking out the screws. You can see here that the pressure switch fits in here very nice and snug. And so all you do is put on the cover, and you just snug it up. It's not gonna come loose. You can put some blue thread locker if you really want to. I have no worry that this is gonna fall out, especially with 4 fasteners. Definitely don't over torque it. It's just an insert in plastic. But again, it's mounted up here. You're just gonna remove this fastener and insert your bracket right here. This pressure switch assembly piece, the cross shape, is symmetrical as well. So just in case you don't mount your compressor the same way as I do, and maybe your hose is not coming off from the right, maybe it's coming off from the left, or whatever maybe your compressor is up higher, you can choose to, since it is symmetrical, you can mount it in some other orientation. The inlet hose can come from the bottom or come from the right, whatever may make sense for you. But this is what worked for me, so this is how I designed it for myself, and if anyone else wants to copy this setup, then you're more than welcome to. All right, so here's a look at the bracket for the three-way valve up close. I'm pretty proud of this design, seeing as how I just designed it off of measurements and looking at it, not off of scanning it. So I have an area right here that's meant to support the negative space in the valve and allow for the only two mounting points, basically, unless you want to get creative and put some kind of bracketry up here and in here, but the only two mounting spaces. So I wanted to have it, and this thing is kind of heavy, so I wanted to actually be able to bolt it in, screw it in, as well as have these upright supports to help protect the weight from when you're taking corners and stuff like that. So it fits in here nice and snugly like that. And then you just take your screws, your M4s. So you can grab a couple of M4s like this. You can put a little Loctite on it if you want. Just insert them. I recommend using washers like this to help distribute the load across the ABS plastic. Screw it in. So it's nice and snug. All right, and now you're ready to mount it up. All right, so in order to mount it up, one of the reasons I created this bracket the way I did is because I wanted it to be able to sit here and hold its own weight without me holding it up. That way I can, you can work on the connections if you need to. You can mount up this tube if you need to that likes to fall down, as you can see. And so basically, that's why I designed the bracket like that. And again, this slit is meant for this tab on the tube. So I'm going to go ahead and connect the wire connections and then the tube, and then slip it on, and then go from there. So with the connections, the two wires and the air hose connected up, I'm going to connect this tube up at the top, and then I'm going to slide it into the slot. As you can see right here, I slid it into the slot, and that way it holds with friction. Grab your 10mm bolt, tighten it up. Don't tighten it up too crazy, keeping in mind that you're tightening up on two pieces of plastic. The tubing plastic and your ABS bracket. Go ahead and connect up your air hose like so, and you are done. So taking a closer look, you can see that the three-way valve is mounted up nice and close to the frame rail. I wanted to get it as close as I could to the frame rail and get it out of the way of anything else that you may want to put in here. My setup specifically, I used two 90-degree fittings in order to get the air hose to sit nice and tightly against all the other areas. Sure, I could have hooked up a hose directly to there, but there's a couple turns and it would have just went all wild without these 90-degree fittings. So so far, of course, any kind of fitting leaves the chance of leakage over time, but so far so good. I haven't had any leakage or anything like that, and I wanted to keep it nice and tidy like this. All right, so I think that'll be it for this video, guys. Hope you appreciate the design and can make use of it. Those of you who have the same exact setup as I do, or if you don't, maybe you can just make use of like the three-way valve bracket or something like that. But if you are interested in purchasing it because you don't have a three-way a 3D printer or access to it or anything like that, let me know. Contact me on Instagram or Facebook is the best option. Chris Lum NSX. You guys know the same thing for Instagram and Facebook, same screen name. Check the video description. No matter when you're watching this in the future, check the video description to see the latest information of where and when this stuff will be available and how to contact me, because there will be various places that will be hosting the files. I'll probably post it on some websites, maybe like Maker World or something like that, you know, the free file websites. The links will be posted on Prime in the DIY subforum, as well as some NSX parts resellers in the community have expressed their interest in hosting my files as well. So I'll have the latest links to various NSX parts companies' websites who are hosting my files in the video description. So just check that out if you want the latest information. Other than that, you know, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, let me know in the usual place. But if not, I will see you in the next one. So see you then.